The Chakra Reference chart is a tool that you can use that helps us to better understand the deficient qualities of a chakra, the excessive qualities of a chakra, as well as its balanced manifestation. The Muladhara chakra is located at the base of the spine. Muladhara means root support and is the foundation of our physical and psychological stability. Our health and wellness is dependent on our family and our earliest social environments. These early relationships affirm our interpersonal connections, tribal identity, and ultimately help generate a sense of belonging and a feeling of safety and trust in the world. The element is earth, and the color is red. When deficient in this chakra, we may feel fearful, disembodied, or disconnected from the body. We may be underweight or suffer from anxiety, be restless, have poor focus and discipline, have difficulties setting boundaries, have financial problems, and be disorganized. When the energy in this chakra is excessive, we may experience overeating, obesity, hoarding, hyper-materialism, greed, laziness, chronic fatigue, have a fear of change, and inflexible boundaries. When this chakra is in balance, we feel secure, grounded, stable, and firmly rooted to the physical world. The Svadhisthana chakra is located at the lower abdomen. Svadhisthana means sweetness, or a place of one's own. This chakra is expressed through movement and fluidity and allows us to experience beauty, pleasure, desire, and the creative and vast expressions within our sexuality. It is represented by the element water, and the color is orange. In deficiency, we may experience diminished libido, have a fear of sex, antisocial behavior, or poor social skills. We can have the repression of pleasure or desire and a lackluster zeal for life. In excess, we may have inappropriate sexual behavior or pleasure addiction, inappropriately strong emotions, hypersensitivity, or poor boundaries. We can have emotional dependency and obsessive attachment. When the second chakra is healthy or balanced, we develop emotional intelligence and the ability to experience pleasure, as well as learn to navigate the seductive forces of the physical world that can include sex, money, drugs, alcohol, without negotiating our sense of self or well-being. The Manipura chakra is located at the solar plexus. It means lustrous gem. This energy center is where we begin to individuate from our collective and one-on-one relationships and develop our personal power, a sense of self and autonomy independent from our tribe. Our self-confidence manifests from this vortex, as does our ego and its attachments to the physical world for self-definition and value. The element is fire, and the color is yellow. A deficient third chakra may give us low energy, poor self-discipline and follow-through, low self-esteem. We can have a sluggish digestion, poor posture, a victim mentality. We can blame others, be passive and unreliable. Excessive third chakras may make us overly aggressive and dominating. We can be controlling and manipulative, extreme type A tendencies. We can be deceitful, high-tempered, violent, stubborn, overly ambitious, competitive, arrogant, and hyperactive. When the third chakra is balanced, we are motivated by a healthy ego, are confident, empowered, take action, are reliable, and have appropriate boundaries. The Anahata chakra is located at the center of the chest. Anahata means unstruck. It is here where we begin to transcend the pull of the physical world and take rise to the more symbolic and etheric vibrations that connect us with each other and the planet through love, compassion, and devotion. The element is air, and the color is green. When deficient, the fourth chakra manifests as antisocial tendencies, withdrawal, coldness, hypercriticism, or intolerance for self and others. We can be lonely, depressed, have a fear of intimacy and relationships, a lack of empathy, and narcissism. In excess, the fourth chakra may show as codependency, poor boundaries, a demanding nature. We can be clingy, jealous, and tend towards martyrdom. When this chakra is balanced, we are available to the inevitable ebb and flow of life with acceptance. We can explore the depths of our emotional well-being with compassion and be present to the experience of others with empathy, understanding, and forgiveness. The Vishuddha chakra is located at the throat and means purification. Our self-expression and the ways in which we co-create with the universe is dependent on the words we speak and the ideas they convey. Our authenticity is revealed when our words reflect the inspired and loving congruency of our thoughts and our heart center. The element is sound, and the color is blue. A deficient fifth chakra shows up as a fear of speaking, a small and weak voice. When we have difficulty communicating our emotions, diminished self-expression, we can be introverted, shy, tone-deaf, and have poor rhythm. In excess, the fifth chakra manifests as talking too much or talking as a defense, the inability to listen, poor auditory understanding, gossiping or lying, interrupting, and having a dominating voice. When this vibrational center is in alignment, our words and our actions match. What we say and how we live our life is in harmony, and our communication is fluid, honest, empowered, and thoughtful. The Ajna chakra is located at the center of your brow. It is also known as the third eye. It means to perceive or command. As we transcend the pull of the lower chakras, this energy center is where we develop our thoughts and ideas, as well as our intuitive knowing, insight, and vision. The element is light, and the color is indigo. A deficient sixth chakra may show up as insensitivity, weak vision, poor memory, having difficulty seeing the future, a lack of imagination, difficulty remembering our dreams, and dogmatic or rigid thinking. An excessive sixth chakra shows up as fantastical thinking, or excessive daydreaming, hallucinations, delusions, obsessions, difficulty concentrating, and nightmares. When this center is balanced, we can see beyond reason, become more intuitive, think symbolically, and create meaning in our lives by letting go of literal perception and seeing instead a larger spiritual framework at play. We trust our internal knowing and follow its mystical guidance with full faith. The Sahasrara chakra is located directly at the top of the head. It means thousandfold, and is the access point for the eighth chakra, or prana, or God. This space awakens us to the grace within and beyond. When we transcend the pull of our ego and the attachments we have to the physical world, when we learn the life lessons that keep us bound to our shadow self, we ultimately, finally, reach a state of true bliss. The element is thought or consciousness. The color is violet. When deficient, the seventh chakra shows up as spiritual cynicism, difficulty learning and grasping information, the inability to be open to other belief systems, judgmental thinking, and spiritual apathy. Excessive seventh chakra manifests as confusion or over-intellectualization, spiritual addiction, religious fanaticism, dissociation from your body, and spiritual narcissism. When we are balanced in this vital energy center, we are wise, open-minded, have a sense of spiritual connection, and can experience ourselves, each other, the planet, and God as one. So as you're going through these practices, it's important to make sure that you're taking time with each of the individual chakras so that you can see what it is that you're identifying with, whether it's excessive or deficient, and your reaction to it. Now, as I went through those lists, you may have noticed that you identified with qualities from both sides, and that's absolutely okay. we react or respond based on circumstance. And if the chakra is receiving energy, it might react at times excessively and at times deficiently. And as a result, our response is going to reflect that stimulation. So it's just really the flip side of the same coin. What's important is if a reaction does come up, witness it, breathe into it, try to understand it. Try not to obsess or get overwhelmed. You can go back and do these practices again and again and again until you get the insight that really resonates with you and with your healing. But again, it's important to not to allow yourself to overthink it, to get overwhelmed, to think that you are completely chakrically flawed. Just have fun with this process as it's giving you information, some insight into some of your experiences in life and your ability or inability to process those experiences.